The K-pop industry is fiercely competitive and not everyone makes it. Those who do face immense pressure and sky-high expectations. It's no surprise that some fans feel the K-pop scene has grown more toxic as certain die-hard supporters go to extreme lengths to express their disappointment when their idols fall short of their ideals. Nowadays, it's hard to keep track of how many times these young idols have publicly apologized for the most mundane and ordinary things. The need to be the perfect idol is intense, but some of these fans seemingly forget to remember that idols are, at the end of the day, ordinary people just like us. Regular citizens wouldn't go around apologizing for not knowing a certain kind of dish, so why do some K-pop fans expect these idols, some of whom are still children, to know everything? A year ago, in January of 2024, NewJeans Minji had to post a public apology because she didn't know what kalguksu is. During one of their broadcasts, which took place in 2023, the host and the girls were talking about different kinds of noodle dishes, and when kalguksu, a traditional and common Korean dish of knife-cut noodles, was brought up, Minji subconsciously said to herself, "What is kalguksu?" Because Minji is a picky eater and she had never eaten this dish before, she was thinking about the type and the taste of the food and didn't expect that her absent-minded question would spark an entire controversy. Netizens who were disappointed because of Minji's comment didn't hesitate to send her all kinds of hurtful comments and messages. The situation dragged on for a whole year and escalated in Minji having to release a public statement in which she apologized for her mistake and clarified that she was thinking about the texture of the food, not the food itself. Many netizens took the chance to make baseless claims that Minji was a pretentious, rich, and luxurious girl who studied overseas. They couldn't understand how Minji, a Korean girl who grew up in Gangwon-do, didn't know what kalguksu was. They deemed Minji to be uncultured and claimed she was too privileged to know about Korea's traditional cuisine. In a separate live stream, Minji further clarified that because there are so many variations of the kalguksu dish, each containing different ingredients, it's understandable that she wouldn't know each and every kind of this dish. The situation was made into something bigger than it truly was and further proves how high these expectations from fans towards the idols are. International fans were quick to defend Minji from Korean netizens who harassed the young idol for an entire year just because she didn't know what kind of food they were talking about. Many of these fans considered Minji's apology to be completely unnecessary and thought the entire situation was ridiculous. In a similar nature, NewJeans Danielle held a live stream with her sister on February 5th of this year. During the live stream, the girls were listening to different songs and generally having a good time. However, a clip from the live stream of Danielle singing along to the song My Universe by Coldplay and BTS went viral across social media, and of course, Danielle was suddenly hit with a wave of backlash for simply singing a song. The post garnered over 100,000 views on an online community forum, and netizens flocked to the comments to criticize Danielle for singing a BTS song while in the midst of their lawsuit with HYBE. Since the girls were listening to Coldplay songs, their collaboration with BTS automatically came on shuffle, and many netizens agreed that the situation would be even more awkward if Danielle decided to skip the song. Some of these apologies are so out of the blue that they are hard to comprehend, further showing that idols nowadays have to truly watch everything they say and do. At the end of January this year, JYP Entertainment's new boy group KickFlip had to apologize for not covering Twice's Cheer Up choreography perfectly. Some of Twice's extremist fans took issue with how KickFlip treated the song, and as a result, the group decided to release a public apology. To many fans, this didn't make sense at all since KickFlip really didn't do anything wrong. Many of the group's supporters defended the boys, claiming that the song is almost 9 years old, and because the boys are so young, they were literal children when the song was released. Hence, it's completely understandable they don't know every single step of the choreography. The members themselves admitted that they were underprepared during the segment where they had to guess and dance to songs as they were selected at random, adding they felt nervous because they had to perform in front of so many of their fans. Repeating their apology over and over again, the boys blamed themselves for not knowing what they should have known. Hearing how genuinely sorry the boys were made many of their fans very sad. Looking back to the previous years, if an idol didn't know how to cover someone's choreography perfectly, it would be treated with humor and a light heart. Nowadays, idols are forced to apologize for simply not knowing. Many K-pop fans criticize JYP Entertainment for making the boys apologize in the first place, as well as channeling their frustrations towards extremist Twice fans, who were the reason these boys had to apologize in the first place. In August of 2024, the girl group WOOAH had to issue an apology for something that should have been handled by their agency. During the popular ISAC games, many of these idols and groups prepared special gifts for their fans. It varied from handwritten notes, snacks, and desserts to gift cards and other memorabilia. However, an online community post about the gifts from WOOAH went viral as the original poster claimed WOOAH handed the worst gifts out of all the idols participating. Fans of this group were given a meal for lunch, while other groups handed out snacks for breakfast and dinner as well. The original post poster said that because there was no dinner, the agency told the fans to take care of their meals themselves. WOOAH's fans only received a sandwich set during the 10 hours and were also caught apparently reusing photo cards. The agency also warned these fans that if they left the premises to buy themselves dinner, they wouldn't be able to come back again. WOOAH's Wooyeon became aware of the situation and left a message apologizing to their fans as if the group was the one to blame. Wooyeon apologized for not preparing enough as this was their first time attending ISAC. Many of their fans were furious that Wooyeon had to be the one to apologize when it should have been their agency, who obviously didn't do enough preparations. Being held accountable for basically anything at this point was definitely not common in the previous generations of K-pop. The previous generation seemed to be generally more laid back, and idols didn't seem to be scrutinized for every single thing. Even though dating was always treated harshly by fans, even in earlier generations of K-pop, it was definitely nowhere near as drastic as it is right now. Most of these fans have developed an intense parasocial relationship with their idol, so they can view their favorite idol dating as a deep betrayal of the bond between the idol and the fan. Many of these fans are adamant that nothing should come between them and their favorite idol, and fans should always be their top priority. This could be the reason why so many idols have been sharing public apologies for even getting into dating rumors. What's worse is that some fans took it a step further and started to verbally harass these idols in public places. In December of 2024, two idols from two of the biggest K-pop groups, aespa's Winter and ENHYPEN's Jongwon, were entangled in a dating scandal. Even though it was clarified by both of their agencies and Jongwon himself that they were definitely not dating, the rumor escalated into something very ugly and potentially very dangerous. SM Entertainment even hinted at a possible attempt at blackmail in their response to the rumors, claiming that the individual who released alleged pictures of Winter and Jongwon contacted a media outlet with the intent of receiving money for the pictures. They also attempted to communicate with SM, and when the media outlet refused to exchange money for the pictures, the individual released the pictures out of spite. Despite the firm denials from both agencies and the idols, some fans were not happy and decided to take it up a notch and deal with the situation by verbally harassing Winter in front of a hotel. Alongside Karina, the two girls flew to Shanghai to attend the KMS offline fan sign event on December 15th. Videos of Winter being surrounded by a large group of people with their phones out, screaming and cursing at her, went viral quickly after the girls touched down in Shanghai. A group of people surrounded the outside of the hotel the girls were staying at, and the video clearly shows them aggressively shouting and screaming curses related to dating. Many of the group's fans quickly put two and two together and realized that this was related to Winter's dating rumor with Jongwon. One netizen who witnessed the situation wrote on Threads, "Antis followed their car to the hotel parkade and even confidently cursed at Winter in Mandarin, English, and Korean. My heart is broken. Cover your ears, Winter." Some fans on Twitter begged SM to cancel any future schedules in China as the girls seemed to have bad experiences with their Chinese fans. aespa's fans also raised their concern about the girls being potentially stalked by these fans, as well as the company's ability to protect their artists since the location of their hotel was leaked so easily. Despite everything, they still asked SM to take appropriate measures to ensure their safety. RIIZE's Seunghan is a prime example of how these fans don't play about dating and will stop at nothing to show their disapproval. After pictures of Seunghan kissing a girl and smoking were leaked online, the entire RIIZE's fandom was in shambles. There were the fans who remained supportive through it all, and then there were the fans who tried their hardest to push Seunghan out of the group. Despite the numerous petitions with thousands of signatures in support of Seunghan, as a result of the extreme backlash from fans and netizens, Seunghan left the group and SM Entertainment just a day after the announcement he would be returning back to his activities with the group. Even though the people who called for Seunghan's removal from the group at the same time as thousands of other people stood beside him, it still wasn't enough of them. Sending funeral wreaths for these idols in their early adulthood is yet another reason why many netizens claim that this generation of K-pop has become more malicious and more hateful than ever before. During this time, SM Entertainment was scrutinized back and forth, with fans angered that the company enabled and justified these fans to get away with a behavior this disrespectful and hateful. It's no wonder that some fans of the older generations decided to leave the K-pop space completely, as it somehow became a very toxic environment to be in. K-pop fandoms used to be such a joyful and happy space to be in, but many fans and netizens are worried that it might never go back to what it used to be.